Welcome to this message. This is a message that you will receive when you're meant to. So it's a general message about what Spirit wants you to know. I have got my ginormous deck, which is two decks joined together. Mystic Tarot, I think it is, and Healing Light Tarot. That's for the tarot enthusiasts out there. So what do we as a collective need to know today, or whenever you find this, really? You could hear this and then later on today think, aha, I can tie that into that. Being two decks, it takes a bit of shuffling. But I really like using them together. They're totally different. And maybe that's why I like them. It's a bit of a Gemini thing, I think, you know, opposites kind of thing. Okay, so today's message, what is it? Today's message. So I've got the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful card, Virgo card. I can identify with that. Ace of Wands, Kundalini energy. I was doing some Soma breathing earlier this morning and sort of visualizing something pretty much like that. King of Pentacles, cool. He looks across between a king and a devil in this card because he's got a throne on. He's got a crown on, but the crown has got sort of pointy bits on the side, so it's almost like, yeah, is he a king? Is he a great man, or is he a devil? You know, so you may know someone who's a bit of both. That might be you too. I'm going to draw a card for the oh wow, another 9. So this is the 9 of Cups. Beautiful energy, the card of pleasure, the card of achieving your dreams, the card of being able to jump over 9 cups, you know, to be able to aim high is the message. And particularly with this 9 of Cups and then the beautiful Ace of Wands, it's, you know, lift your sights up. Lift your sights up for what you're aiming for. Maybe can you aim higher? But also it is a card of, you know, for anyone who's feeling down at the moment, it's lift yourself up. Beautiful energy. Find that light within yourself somewhere. You know, even if you're feeling miserable, it's there somewhere. But this is not a miserable spread. It's a really beautiful spread, and it gets even better. Underneath is the Queen of Wands, and she looks like a little bit like a spider. I'm seeing macabre things in this deck now. A little bit like a spider. She's got a lot of hands. In fact, I used to think she's got 6 hands, but she's actually got 8. So I think that is spider energy. The ability to weave, I guess, a web of creativity, of positivity, of achieving her dreams. So it's really beautiful energy. That is underneath the deck. On top of the deck, you've got even more. There's a Magician. So the Magician talks about utilizing those wonderful attributes that you have: creativity, imagination. Sometimes the Magician, quite often actually, the Magician is about finding clever ways of doing things. And this spread says that you have that within you, particularly if you hit the trigger point. It's like a trigger point, the trigger point of where you feel at ease, where you feel like you are, I suppose, stretching yourself a bit. This person's, stretching, but not overstretching. So it's that sweet spot that you have the ability to find or get to today. Today, this week, this year even. It's an immensely positive, as I said, and I'm looking at this Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So it's also really positive for finances, for work, for independent work. So it's like home business, any sort of business. If someone has got a business on a side or something on a side, I feel that this is really fortuitous for that at this time, for that to grow. It's almost like a secret side hustle kind of thing. It doesn't have to be secret, but that's what I'm getting, particularly with this Magician card. And, combined with this Nine of Cups, it's like, well, keeping it to yourself in some way. So there might be something that you are keeping to yourself, and fair enough. But it's also time to let that expand. It's a time to stretch yourself, as I say, with this figure and this incredibly like a contortionist, really. But that is the image that I'm getting of, yeah. And also it's about testing your limits too. If you don't test your limits in some way, then you're not going to know them. If you stay at home and keep yourself insulated, then you're not going to know your limits. So it might be time to do those things to try those things that you sort of think about sometimes, but you don't actually do. Oh, could I do this? How will that go? Well, just do it. I feel that June is, we're at the 31st today, 31st of May, but June is the month of just do it. And this is really, really positive energy for this time. If you have any spinal, back issues, obviously get it checked out by a professional. But this is saying that it might be a focus on your back. The back represents, it can represent the will, W-I-L-L. So it is about sometimes tackling that will to stretch yourself, to do more, to see if you can do things. And also it's a beautiful light energy. So if something feels joyful, happy, positive to you, it is usually a good sign that it is safe to test it out, to do it. So run that test on yourself. And it could even be that you're feeling your present state in your spine, in your back. And that's something that you might want to look at too, because there's plenty of things that you can do to help that, regardless of what state of health you're in. But as I say, see a professional if you need that. But beautiful reading, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you utilize this wonderful Magician Nine of Cups, spreading yourself, stretching yourself, testing yourself energy for now. Cheers. Thanks for joining me.